guys, welcome back to a brand new reaction, and today we're watching 10 things that only exist in the UK. A little bit of change of scenery in the background, kinda is literally just a different angle. This is not the new background. I'm kind of working on the new background for the whole YouTube setup. It's like this because we were filming another video and I'm literally just too lazy to change the table back. So yeah, we're about to get into it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, drop a like for more reactions like this. I got a couple really cool videos coming for y'all here in these next few days that I've been working on for like the past 2 weeks, including the first P.O. box opening video since we've opened the new P.O. box. Finally got in enough packages. Huge shout out to everybody that sent something. But yeah, we got some pretty fun stuff coming up, so y'all just stay tuned for that. But other than that, let's get into it.
This is where it all began. Greg's first shop opened in Gosforth in Newcastle 68 years ago.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be looking at 10 things that only exist in the UK.
Nah, Blobby's low-key scary.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we're looking at products, shops and more that you can only find in the United Kingdom. Let us know which is your favourite in the comments below.
What was that?
Party 7. You'll have to be a certain age to remember Party 7, since, in its original form, it disappeared back in the 1980s.
Tenor says he did it.
I'm not playing.
Tenner and a Party 7.
This was a tin of beer that was the equivalent of 7 pints in one big can, which would have cost about a tenner in today's money, though.
7 pints in one can? Cheese and rye! Oh my gosh. Imagine you're like, hey, honey, listen. I'm just going out with the boys, nothing big, we're gonna go out, maybe have one can, you know, we're not gonna get too messed up. She's like, oh, okay, honey, go ahead, just one can, that's not bad, but it's a freaking Party 7. Jesus Christ. I mean, I guess it's a good thing, like, recycling-wise, you don't have a bunch of cans and bottles and stuff, you just got one, that's all you need.
So it originally cost 15 shillings.
15 shillings. So was it cheaper than just like buying 6 or 7 pints at the bar? Or even like a 12-pack or something? Because like then I could see maybe it's worth it. But like you buy that thing, you got 7 pints. Because like after you open it, I feel like you have to finish it. You can't just put it in the fridge and save it for tomorrow. That's kind of interesting though. I low-key wish we had those over here.
A testament to how much the Brits love booze that such a product existed and remained.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Despite its propensity to explode and supposed poor quality.
Right, the chosen vintage of the CID.
Then in the 2020s, Party 7 had a brief renaissance when the beer returned in a keg format in 2021.
I love how it's not like a big like pop can or anything. It's like a big old like something you get like a big old can of pudding in or something. Like you don't just have like a little pop tap. No, you got to get a can opener and open that damn beer. That's
Little
great.
Chef. It was a sad time in 2018 when the final Little Chefs closed their doors.
Well, I'd like eggs and bacon. I'd like toasted jam.
Once upon a time, every long car journey could be livened up by a trip to a Little Chef, which lined motorways up and down the country. You could go in there and get classic food like a full English breakfast for a steal. A boon not only to families giving their kids a chance to stretch their legs, but lorry drivers needing a pick-me-up after hours on the road. It struggled for years following its decline in the 2000s and eventually shut all its branches. But for decades.
So is it like a IHOP or like a Huddle House? Because here I'm trying to think of something like that's like real convenient and like always there, and like really it's like Huddle House. Something where like you can go in and sit down and get either a burger or like some sort of breakfast food. They kind of have like a menu where like you'll be able to find something for everybody to eat. And really the only thing we have here like that would be like a Huddle House. Y'all let me know down in the comments, what is there a US equivalent to it?
Decades, it was a British cultural icon.
Huh.
A Little Chef goes a long way.
The breakfast for $4.99? Sign me up, hell yeah.
The most headline-grabbing recommendation abolishing this place, the House of Lords, in favour of an elected chamber.
One of the most controversial things in British politics, the House of Lords as of 2023 is still there and still affecting our laws. That's despite many attempts to reform it, and lots of high-profile and powerful politicians even saying they want to abolish it completely.
I think there's a lot that needs to be done to change the House of Lords. What I'm not convinced about is that we need another elected chamber.
It's one of the most bizarre parts of life in the UK, that we still have this system of hereditary aristocratic titles that mean unelected people, often rich landowners, get to sit there in Parliament and tweak or even outright block laws devised in the House of Commons.
What people get very worried about...
Wait, so they're not elected, they're just rich people that own some land that can just block laws and stuff? What the heck? Why have I never heard of this? What the heck?
It's the size of the House of Lords and the appointments process for the House of Lords.
They've got no real public accountability, and are one of the strangest things about Britain to explain to foreigners.
Yeah, like, it'd be different if, like, you could vote on it and actually elect somebody, but, like, just a bunch of random rich dudes, like, what the heck?
Cornwall is a unique part of England, with its own distinct culture, flag, and even a native language. And it also boasts one of the most iconic British foodstuffs, the Cornish pasty. But the humble Cornish pasty is
those look good, for real,
than you realise if you're not from Cornwall yourself, since it previously held protected status under EU law. This meant that only pasties meeting stringent requirements could truly call themselves Cornish. They've got to follow a strict recipe and be prepared in Cornwall. This was all...
So, if I follow the recipe to a T and make them here, they're not actual Cornish pasties. What's on the inside, though? Like, they look good.
To protect the pasty industry, which uses local produce and provides jobs to many in the county.
Well, that's good.
Tabloids.
What's on the inside? Y'all let me know what's on the inside, because I low-key want to try it.
Of course, most countries do have tabloids of their own, but tabloid culture in Britain is a law unto itself. Around the world, the UK is notorious for its relentless, unethical tabloids. Not only do British celebs find themselves at the mercy of the tabloid presses regularly, but so do celebrities from elsewhere who are deemed worthy enough to get harassed by UK red tops. Over 100 years...
See, I couldn't tell you the last time I looked at a newspaper or a tabloid or anything. If I need news or something, I just grab the phone. But, like, that used to be a really big deal. Like, getting the newspaper every morning. Like, I remember when I was younger, and where we live, which I guess it does, like, really depend on where you live. But when I was younger, we kind of lived in a bigger town, and every morning we'd have the local newspaper at the end of the driveway. The only time I see newspapers or tabloids or anything is, like, in gas stations now. So they're still around, but they're probably not as big as they are over in the UK.
Now, cheaply produced papers relying on sensationalist reporting and invading the privacy of the rich and famous have been part and parcel of British life. So much so that it's strange to imagine that the media landscape is very different overseas. Colin the caterpillar.
It's quickly becoming the food fight of
what the hell was that?
The iconic birthday staple, Colin the caterpillar, is going to war with lookalike Cuthbert.
No child's birthday.
Hold on. First off, what the heck is that, and why is it going to war?
The party is complete without a visit from Colin the caterpillar. Caterpillar cakes are sold by every major supermarket, all boasting different names, though the original Colin version was introduced by M&S in the 1990s.
Marks and Spencer's are taking Aldi to court over the budget-friendly version of the cake, claiming that Cuthbert is not only an imposter, but riding on the coattails of the supermarket's reputation.
Oh my gosh. Somebody made a knockoff Colin and they're going to war over it.
It says it's so protective of its Colin name, in fact, that it tried to take Aldi to court for infringing on its intellectual property by releasing a Cuthbert the caterpillar.
You know, it's a bit unfair because you've got similar caterpillars. I think there's a Clyde in Asda and there's a Wiggle in Sainsbury's and in Herrick.
That suit was settled, and caterpillar cakes continue to be sold by all supermarkets, often as a cost-effective way to get a large amount of chocolate cake for your kids.
So it's chocolate cake, just in the shape of a caterpillar? Where has this been my whole life? What the hell? I want a Colin or even a Cuthbert. I don't care. I'm not picky. So I've literally never heard of this before. Is it just a normal thing to like get people on their birthdays? Which I mean, it makes sense. If you can just buy a pre-made cake like that, feed all the little hoodlums over there for the birthday, hey, I'm down for it.
Greggs. If you miss Little Chef, Greggs is one of the retailers that expanded to fill the vacuum it left behind.
This is where it all began. Greggs' first shop opened in Gosforth in Newcastle 68 years ago.
See, I've heard of Greggs before. Like, it must be like one of the most famous places in the UK. I low-key thought it was like a gas station, but I guess it's like a convenience store or something.
Not only will you find a Greggs at every service station up and down the country, there's pretty much a Greggs on every single street. Sometimes 2 or even 3 branches all competing with each other.
Jeez!
Cheap, tasty pastries and sandwiches, Greggs has invaded high streets around the country from its headquarters in Newcastle, which has over 30 branches alone.
From its roots in the northeast, Greggs expanded steadily.
In total, there were over 2,200 branches of Greggs, about 1,000 more branches than McDonald's, but it still only exists in the UK. It didn't even have any shops in Northern Ireland until 2016.
That's how you know something's really big, though. When they got more branches than a McDonald's, like, damn, that's 2,200 just in the UK. That's kind of crazy.
Today, Greggs has more shops in Britain than either McDonald's or Starbucks.
Wow.
And says it may launch abroad in the years to come.
Tizer.
I wonder if they'll ever come to, like, the US or anything. Because I want to try it. Shoot.
Look, it's a red thing!
Though its presence on supermarket shelves has waxed and waned, especially in recent years,
what the
Tizer
heck?
is still sold by British retailers and turns 100 in 2024.
Damn!
It's manufactured by Bar, which also makes Iron Brew, but unlike the national drink of Scotland, Tizer has never really appeared in other countries. It remains such a niche drink that you might have thought it had been made defunct, and could have gone years without seeing a bottle.
I'm sorry, what are these videos? Why did I just watch a red gecko just walking in front of a green screen? Like...
Yes, we have 3 great new flavours. No, we're not changing colour! Tizer, it's a red thing!
Bright red and with a top secret recipe, who knows what they really put in Tizer, which adds to the allure of the Great British Pop, as its slogan calls it.
Is it like Coca-Cola and like it has like cocaine in it or something?
Hoover. What British home is complete without a humble Henry to keep everything shipshape?
I need one. I need one. Oh my gosh. Our vacuums are so lame over here compared to this. What the heck? All it takes is a name and a face, and I want it.
Meet Henry from Pneumatic International.
Henry and his numerous siblings like James and Hetty is certainly the most iconic vacuum cleaner in the UK, thanks to his large googly eyes and cute appearance.
I literally have, it's called we call it a shop vac over here. I have a vacuum that looks almost identical to that, but it doesn't have a face. And like that's all I really want now. All they have to do is put a couple eyes and a smile on it, and they're gonna sell millions, I promise. I don't even care how well it cleans up stuff. I want it.
They're not the best vacuums on the market.
See?
We'll be damned if they're not reliable.
So what is it that makes Henry the industry favourite? Is it the long life engineering and proven reliability?
No, it's the cute little face on the front. Come on now.
There aren't any bells and whistles on Henry, though some are designed for slightly different things. Buying him, you can be sure you've got a solid appliance that might even last a lifetime, but all without breaking the bank.
Sit up again, please. Did any of this go in your mouth?
Mr. Blobby. Maybe the most bizarre thing to come out of British light entertainment, and that's saying something. Mr. Blobby has been a household name ever since his debut in the late 90s.
Is he like the UK's Barney? I feel like he's the UK's Barney. That's the sound it makes? Hold on. That's the sound of an alien, if I've ever heard one. What the heck? I did not expect it to make that sound.
But his longevity defies all logic and reason. An absurd
Damn, he got that shit on though.
Caused chaos on Noel's house party. Mr. Blobby now routinely reappears on TV and even on the stage.
Because Mr. Blobby will be going on holiday soon, he needs to get a photograph for his passport.
What the heck?
Even Blobby needs identification.
Every time he does, he wreaks havoc, ruining segments, breaking items, throwing tantrums, and scaring children half to death.
What the hell?
Why do they keep bringing him back when his only role is to smash things and screech like a banshee? Your guess is as good as ours.
Do you agree with our picks?
Bro, Mr. Blobby is different. First that sound, but that's his thing, is going places and just destroying stuff. Yeah, that would give me nightmares. But alright guys, that is going to do it for today's reaction. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more reactions like this, let me know by hitting that like button. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure I go out today, spread love, spread kindness, do something nice for somebody today. I love you guys so much, I really do. Get your reaction. I'm out. Peace.